How does your brain send a thought, a memory, or even the signal to move your hand? The answer lies in the neuron, one of the most fascinating cells in the human body. Neurons are the basic cellular units of the nervous system. You can think of them like tiny messengers. They carry information throughout your brain and body. And get this, you have around 86 billion neurons in your brain alone. Each neuron has a unique and specialized structure. Let's go through the common elements. First, the dendrites. They are here. These branch-like extensions receive incoming messages from other neurons. The more dendrites, the more connections a neuron can make. Next, the cell body, or soma. This contains the nucleus, which holds the genetic material and other organelles that keep the cell alive and provide energy. From the soma extends the axon, a long fiber that carries electrical impulses away from the cell body. Some axons are just a fraction of a millimeter long, while others in the spinal cord can stretch over 1 meter. Many axons are covered in a fatty layer called the myelin sheath. This works like insulation on an electrical wire, speeding up signal transmission and preventing signal loss. The gaps in the myelin are called nodes of Ranvier. These allow the electrical impulse to jump from node to node, a process known as saltatory conduction, which makes signaling much faster. Finally, at the end of the axon are the axon terminals or terminal buttons. These release chemical messengers called neurotransmitters into the synapse, the tiny gap between neurons, to pass the signal along. We've covered the structure. But how do neurons communicate? Communication begins when an electrical signal, called an action potential, travels down the axon. This signal is all or nothing. It either fires or it doesn't. When it reaches the axon terminals, it triggers the release of neurotransmitters from tiny sacs, called synaptic vesicles. These chemicals cross the synapse, the microscopic gap between neurons, and bind to receptors on the next neuron's dendrites. If the signal is strong enough, that neuron fires its own action potential, and the process continues. This rapid switch between electrical and chemical signals is how your brain sends messages at incredible speed. Different neurotransmitters have different roles in the brain. For example, dopamine is linked to reward and motivation. It is involved in making you feel good when you achieve something. Serotonin helps regulate mood and well-being. And acetylcholine is essential for muscle movement and memory. Together, neurotransmitters shape how we feel, think, and act every day. Neurons are responsible for everything we do, from learning and remembering to experiencing emotions and controlling movement. When neurons are damaged, the effects can be severe. In Alzheimer's disease, neurons in the brain gradually die, leading to memory loss. In Parkinson's disease, the loss of dopamine-producing neurons causes movement difficulties. In multiple sclerosis, damage to the myelin sheath slows down signals, affecting coordination and strength. Understanding neurons isn't just fascinating, it's essential for tackling these conditions and understanding us. If you'd like to see a more detailed video on any neuropsychological topic, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Psych for Psychology. Thanks for watching.